Idle Tuesday. One of my first times playing in a while, guys. Is my opponent even here? That's the question. He's a polite player, so he's giving me a time advantage. I'm usually commentating this tournament, so I haven't been playing in a while, but it's always really good practice to play this event, so it's actually a shame that I haven't played it in a while. So I'm looking forward to this one, but it looks like I'm getting some odds on the first game here. Who is in the tournament? Maybe I can look at that while I wait. We got Naka in here. There are a lot of names I don't recognize, but there's a lot of 27 plus GMs. Man, looks like he's not even here. What a buzzkill game one. What an absolute buzzkill game one. Polite player from Denmark. He might still show up. Eventually. He might still show up. But this is great. I'm wearing, as you can see, it is actually 4th of July. So I'm wearing my Stars shirt. Happy 4th of July to everybody watching. Yeah, no, that sucks. Looks like we're gonna get a free first round, which is not very fun for anybody. No fun for my opponent, obviously, who maybe forgot that he registered or something. No fun for me because I want to play some chess and actually do want to warm up by playing the low-rated guys at the start. And no fun for you guys because you don't get to see a game. So I brought my energy drink, so I'm ready to, if I feel the energy is lacking, have the Red Bull handy. Because this is definitely a slow starter, as we can see here. I hope the tournament's okay. In the past, there have been some issues with tournament restarting, but it looks like there's nobody else complaining. So it's a 10-round tournament. Almost like 200 people in here. Oh, my opponent's playing with 35 seconds. Well, there's an increment here, so a game is a game, guys. What should we play? Let's play the French this game. He just wants to do that, huh? Okay, well, I like to play this French line where we put the knight on c6 and queen d7. I feel like it gives the most imbalanced position. You castle queenside, and I think it's a very good way to play. This knight can think about hopping into those two squares. He does have low time, but I'm not going to let that really cloud my judgment here because, like I said, this game still has an increment of +2, so that's good. I'm glad he showed up. In the meantime, I'm going to try to trade rooks with him here. I think I can get the e-file because I have this pressure of the pin. Oh, he seems to not care. Obviously, he wants to play b5 next, and I can always swing my knight back to one of those squares if that happens. I could bring the knight here. I could play positionally and try to trade light square bishops. I actually have a lot of options here. But I think I might go with knight to h4 now. I think I will do that. Or let's take this first. Very tough choice, actually. Very tough choice. This or take? Let's take. Play rook e8, and then maybe knight to h4. Swing this knight around. He's probably going to go with b5. I didn't expect that one. Do I have a threat? That's the question. If I take, knight takes, bishop takes, queen takes, rook e1, there's bishop f1. So that doesn't appear to be a threat at the moment. If I play b6, there could be bishop e5. And then I might play rook e6. I think I'm going to go with that. Play rook e6, rook g6. Bishop b5, rook e6 also kind of watches the knight, which I like. Yeah, let's go for this one. And I'm going to recycle my knight to the e7 square after b5. I don't mind that move. I think I'm going to continue with this plan. Yeah, let's go there. Targeting that pawn. Okay, he's really giving up a lot here. I'm going to take that because I'm actually threatening to win this knight now. Yeah, so I think I just win with knight takes f3. Check. And if he takes, then just bishop takes on f3. And because I have the pin here, should be a winning position here. Queen c1. So I guess we gotta take this. King f1, and there's a mate, right? King f1, just check. And checkmate. There we go. Alright. Not a bad first game. I mean, obviously kind of unlucky for him that obviously the time played a role there. However, the game was still possible for him to win. Like I said, there's an increment, so I wasn't taking that game lightly. It's very realistic that if I showed up with 30 seconds and there's a +2 increment, I would definitely expect to win. It throws you off, but definitely still winnable. So that was a good game. Like I was saying, I usually, if I need to play for a win, let's say against a low-rated player and they happen to play the French Exchange, I like to do this setup, which a lot of stronger players are familiar with, where you put the knight on c6, you do something sort of counterintuitive, where you don't support your center with c6 and get that nice pawn chain. Put the knight on c6 instead, and it's this setup where you long castle, and although both players are attacking the king, the position is actually pretty nice for black. You can play positionally, like I said, bishop f5. You can really go for it the way that I did, which was pretty kind of plain and simple. Rook e6, rook g6, so I'm happy with that game. I think there's a few more games still going in the round, quite a few actually. I'm not gonna watch any of the other games that are going on. I'm just gonna focus on my tournament here. See what we can do. I actually was looking at the French Exchange because there's a few openings, very popular openings lately. For example, the Berlin is one of them, where a lot of lines in the Berlin, you actually just get like a sort of symmetrical position where white has like a few tempi extra or black has misplaced pieces. And it's a really fashionable thing in chess nowadays to go for these positions with very, very small advantages. Or not even advantages by the computer, but just preference, like I'd rather be white in this position, or I'd rather be black based on a few irregularities or better piece placement, whatever it is. Not being up material, but just having the easier position to play. What defines an advantage in chess, I think lately, has really changed. You don't need like a +1 or +0.5 to say that you're winning. You can just have a 0.00 position, and if it's easier to play and you know the plans, that's all you need. And well, one guy who obviously exemplifies that is Magnus Carlsen. The way that he plays chess, very, very human and very objective. But yeah, just on that point, I think the French Exchange is not a total joke opening for white to play. A lot of people kind of give it that reputation, like, oh, you know, it's playing the French Exchange, playing for a draw. But I think it's reasonable to play the French Exchange for the win if openings like the Berlin are, you know, kind of trending lately. Those kind of almost symmetrical positions, except for a few irregularities. That's pretty much what the French Exchange is. The setup that I use this game, by the way, white can actually set up himself. So white at the start of the game could decide to put his knight on c3, which is what I did, his knight on e2, develop the same way I did, and long castle and play the position that way. So yeah, if I'm saying this setup is good for black, imagine how good it would be for white. So I actually think it's not that crazy to play the French exchange. The only thing is that the French as an opening doesn't have the best reputation. So playing the French exchange, you're just missing out on playing better lines against the French, because the opening on a whole, I don't think is that good compared to other ones. So it's like you may as well take advantage of it by playing the main lines, which are pretty good for white. I think that's the only reason you don't see too much French exchange, because I actually think that the French exchange is kind of a reasonable try. Anyway, I digress. I don't play the French as much lately, but it's a blitz tournament, so I thought I'd start the event with the French. We also have Elias playing the tournament. I said that I wouldn't watch any other games. The only other game that I would watch, and I'm going to put on the screen now, is Elias's games. We have Dr. Usidik there. He's playing JC Ibarra. That guy usually comes first in these events, as far as I know. Like, he usually does really well. So Elias here holding him to a draw. That's extremely impressive. Well done. These guys are just kind of goofing around right now. I think that the opponent is a little upset that Elias held him to a draw, and he's playing on king against king. Look at this. This is kind of ridiculous. There's always a few nonsense games like this in Title Tuesday, but there we go, boys. Dr. Usidik doing well. Yeah, he's the only guy that I'm going to follow, other than my own games this event. This is a bit silly, though. This is a bit silly. This doesn't need any commentary, I think. What a waste of time. It must be a 50 move rule already. Let me check. It's definitely been 50 moves. They can claim 50 moves at any time now, I think. I don't know why, but Title Tuesday, okay, I do know why. I shouldn't say that. It is a money tournament, so that's why. I was going to say I don't know why people, play on and kind of waste people's time in this tournament. But part of it's that it's a money tournament. But the other part is just pure frustration. Like, I have the frustration as well, but it doesn't make me feel any better playing on rook against rook or anything like that. He's just, I don't know, he's just wasting everyone's time here. Elias has earned his draw. It's funny. Title Tuesday. I don't know if it brings out the worst in people, but it definitely brings out the true colors. So this is why I was like, yeah, maybe I'm not going to open the boards. Because as soon as I open a board, yeah, I get this. Oh, Elias is not taking his rook now. Elias is not taking his rook now. This is crazy. There really should be some 50 move rule thing. There we go. I'm not sure if that was drawn by the players or by the website, but I definitely believe there should be some sort of arbiter intervention. What should we play against Wonderful Time? I guess. Let's play e4. Let's play e4 and see how e4 goes for this game. Wonderful Time, really, really strong bullet player. I think I've played him a few times on chess.com from Vietnam. Alright, let's go g3. I'm going to put the bishop here and play c3 and d4. Let's do this. So if I see g6, I might go d4. And let's play this type of game. Usually in these positions, what I like to do is bring my knight back to e2. So I'm actually just going to bring it back, play knight c3, castle, and most importantly the next move, h3. Doesn't seem that important, but taking this square from the knight and also this pin can be sometimes annoying. I think those are very important things to do. So yeah, I think just h3, king h2 if queen c8 or something. I have an idea maybe to play a4. This knight will eventually kind of sink into the d5 square, and we're about even on time right now. Rook e8. So I think I can just play bishop e3. I think I can play bishop e3. But I might throw in this a4 move that I was talking about. I'm not sure if that's something I want to do or not. So I want to play bishop e3. One thing I'm kind of worried about is knight e5 coming here, and I always want to play b3 to that. And then if he plays queen c8, attacking his pawn, and I play king there, I'm worried about some knight g4 tricks. That's what looks annoying to me. So I might play this weird looking move. I'm gonna play rook b1. I'm just gonna get out of the diagonal. Let's play b3. Maybe next a3, bishop e3, queen d2. I'm not sure if anything I'm saying makes sense, but it seems to make sense to me. Although I agree that my moves look quite funny or quite artificial, I can say. So yeah, I want to bring the knight into d5 now. b5 I'm just going to let happen and try to meet that with the knight there. You see why this h3 move comes into handy. If I play knight d5, he takes, pawn takes, that knight goes to e5, I can trap it with f4 because I have a g4 square covered. So that h3 move, it's one of those moves that the better you get at chess, the more natural it feels to play moves like that. I'm still even on time. I had a bit of a big think there, but so did he. He's matching that right now. Yeah, I feel like he's going to play b5, but I wonder what else. Yeah, queen a5, okay. I think just queen d2 makes a lot of sense. If he plays queen there, I always have this. So knight b4. I guess he's not threatening to take that because of rook a1. But he is putting some pressure on this pawn here. And can I just play a3? Queen takes, rook a1, queen b2. Looks wrong, yeah. I might bring this rook over here, but if I do that, knight takes a2. Question is, do I get trapped in there? Or does he get trapped in there? I think this is fine. I don't think he can take that. At least that's what I'm banking on here. Yeah, if he takes, I'm going to play rook a1. And despite the fact that this is hanging, I don't think there's any way he can make it work because of the pin there. But maybe he can. Yeah, I mean, there's some knight takes e4 stuff I didn't, really think through to the end. It just looked like such a weird move, but maybe he can take that. Maybe he can take that. The other thing is, if I just take his queen also gets kind of stuck in there. I'm not sure it's the type of move that you can play that easily in Blitz, yeah. So here, if I put the knight there, I just... No, I can put the knight there. He can't take a2 with either piece because of this nice pin. Also, if he takes here with the knight or the bishop, I just take back, and again, this pin is going to prevent him from taking... These pieces don't coordinate very well on either of those two squares. And my next move wants to be c4. So knight takes, I just play bishop takes. And my next move is pretty much c4, almost no matter what. Because yeah, if I get c4, then my pawn gets protected. Obviously there's support there. He's got 10 seconds, now we got 40. We're in a pretty good spot here, I would say. He's probably going to play some move like this. No, queen a3, yeah. I see what he's up to. If I play this, and he takes, then I play rook c2, and that knight is trapped. I think I can get away with this one. Where's that knight going? Is that my knight? I think I win it here. I think I win that piece. Okay, we won the piece. Now we just gotta do a conversion here. Hopefully I don't mess this one up. Let's go there. Don't know if I should have allowed this. Bit of counterplay there. Bit of counterplay. This knight is loose in some lines. Got 12 seconds. He's doing the annoying moves. Yeah, knight there. Didn't have to allow that. It's getting a little dicey here. Definitely getting a little dicey. I'm not doing this well. Okay, let's get that knight back into the game, guys. Oof, this is not a good conversion. Jeez, making a meal of this. Okay, let's put that knight there, where it needs to be. I want to play bishop there, or let's play knight here. Yeah. Okay, I want to take that for sure. Don't want to allow that move. Let's calm down there, Hambleton. Ah, he wants to take that. Let's see what he's up to. Let's go here. I want to take that pawn on f5. Now I think I have a good conversion. Or at least, now I don't think I'll mess it up, is what I meant to say. I think I can take that. I think I can push that pawn to g6 here. It's nice and anchored on that square. Yeah, now he can't move, so I just need to round up his pawn. I'm going to take that pawn on c4. Now I'm just going to bring the king in. Yeah, that was a good game. I shouldn't say it was a good game. It was kind of a super questionable conversion, but there you go. Tense game, guys. We pulled that one through. Let's just think about that game. I liked most of my thought process early in that one. Pretty much the only reason this game was tough was I converted that like an amateur. So yeah, I did this rook b1 thing. I just wanted to get off the diagonal and get b3 because I like the fact that the position is just flexible. Bishop e3, queen d2. Yeah, again, his pieces don't have easy squares to go to. This knight on e5 is kind of restricted by my h3 move and my b3 move. So I like that. And here I think rook c1 was well calculated, but to be honest, knight takes a2. I just don't think you can play that in a blitz game. I would either take it and put the queen there, and then maybe I'm missing some easy way to trap it. But I thought if I play rook there was maybe some knight e4 nonsense. But for example, this would trap the queen, just that. And knight e4 might look a little bit messy, but in the end, I think I win a piece. Just like that. So, yeah, in the end, probably I was just overreacting, and there's no way he would take that. So yeah, he didn't take it, and he played bishop here. And then after this, once you realize, guys, that the geometry of these pieces is so bad when they're pinned, that neither one can take a free pawn that's sitting there. Because if the knight takes, the queen hangs, and if the queen takes, the knight hangs. So pretty nice geometry there. And once I was going to get c4, I was liking my position. But that knight is on b4 is just trapped, guys. It's just a trapped piece. So he ended up taking, and I took back, and then c3 just wins the knight. So yeah, that was a good game. Bad conversion, but I don't think I ever really blew it. I was just a bit nervous with the time ticking down there. Let's see how the tournament's going. It looks like Elias is finished. I just want to see if I can find Elias there. Check his score. See if he's at 1.5 out of 2, because he drew the first game, and I don't see him at 1.5, which means I think he might have lost his next game. Or I guess he could have had 2 draws. He could have had 2 draws, but I'm not going to check the entire tournament. It's Elias and I against the world here. A couple chess bras in the Title Tuesday for July. Like I was saying at the beginning of the video, I really haven't participated in one. I've been commentating a lot of them, and then when I haven't been commentating, it's just been really bad timing for me that I've been at tournaments or something. I know that I missed one Title Tuesday, I think when I was in Iceland maybe, or some tournament. But I'll miss a Title Tuesday for a GM anytime. Sign me up for that. Alright, there's one game left, and I don't even want to know what's going on there. Probably playing rooks or something. We should get Black next game against a pretty strong player. If I was I only won my first game, and I already got paired way up to wonderful times. So my next game should be quite tough. I know I've played Naka a few times in these Title Tuesdays. I think he's always beaten me. Always beaten me. I think I maybe played him once or twice, and he's beaten me both times. But it would be always nice to play him again. Yeah, I don't know who this guy is. This is one of the names I saw on the list. I didn't know who it was. Hannah Pazoria. Don't know this guy at all. It's like a New Zealand flag or Australia. Yeah. Alright, so knight f3. Let's play d5. Try to play principled. I'm going to play c6 and bishop g4. Look to give up the bishop on f3 if I'm provoked like that. e5. I had a game in Reykjavik where someone played c4 instead of d3, and I took it, and they regained their pawn, but I was pretty happy with that game. I made a draw. So he's planning to go for e4. Very standard plan. I can't make the mistake of getting too low on time in these. I'm going to try a setup which it isn't recommended based on how it looks, and I might get killed this game, but I was curious at looking at this position. Okay, never mind. I won't go into that because he didn't play e4. He played c4. Very interesting. I feel inclined to take that, although I know that d4 is also a good move. Yeah, I think I should take that. Let's take it. Develop the knight. I might play a5 later to stop b4. For now, I'll just get castled. Might throw in h6 to cut that square. Let's go rook e8. Not sure where I want this queen. Probably e7. So he's playing e3. I'm going to just get this pawn to a5. I know it's going to be useful eventually. Trying to decide the best squares for my pieces. Now I definitely want my queen there to play bishop a3 and exchange with him in some lines. I think that's good. I'm also threatening e4 here, and I believe that e4 is I can't tell actually if it's a good move or not. I think if I could get my knight into e5, it might be okay, but he has always knight takes e4. So I still have a feeling that e4 should be correct here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to play h5 and look to play that. I'm expecting, I have a feeling that he's going to play h4, but if I get to play h4 myself, I'm kind of happy there. Otherwise, I got e4 kind of as an idea. Yeah, he does play that. Yeah, this e4 move isn't working out as well as I want it to. Yeah, it's not really doing it for me. I'm gonna play g6, but if I play g6, I open the diagonal. I kind of thought that it would work a little bit better, but now I don't really like my position, to be honest. Yeah, I don't really like it. Okay, let's just do this. This is definitely not good. But yeah, now we're like down on time, in a bit of a tough position here. Let's just do that. Look for some trades. He can't really double. I have this pressure on the a3 pawn. That's one thing I do have. Permanent pressure on that pawn. I think what he should do is play like knight a4, and then like maybe c5 and kick my pieces back. And I think he's going to do that. But there's nothing really that bad with my position at all. Actually, it's just he has two bishops, and I was just saying it in one of my earlier games that don't overreact to, or not don't overreact, but that small advantages are actually quite meaningful in chess these days. He wants that pawn. I'm gonna go defend it. It's a bit of a passive option, but if I took that and he took that, that frees his pieces up. So if I take, he wants to bring the knight there. I think I can go like, sorry, no, that's just hanging. That's just hanging, is what that is. Let's bring the knight here. I'm gonna have to play faster, and gotta move my king off this diagonal maybe as well. I have an idea maybe to play g5, but that's a very, very aggressive move. I'm not sure that I want to play. Let's take it. Let's defend this pawn with a queen. Might play rook c8, but it's very easy for him to get out of. Yeah, he's going to put the queen there. And what do do I do about this? I have to move my clumsy knight. Kind of an annoying position here. If I do that, my pawn just falls. Really annoying, actually. Jeez. Yeah, I don't like this here at all. I'm in a very bad spot. Got 8 seconds as well, but just unable to really defend that very well. Rook a7, queen e6. I'm gonna put my rook here. Hope I'm not hanging something I'm probably extremely close to. Or maybe I already am. Okay, kind of like my knight there. I might put this knight here and then maybe rook f6. Things are not so bad maybe. Also knight e4. I like knight g4 better because it defends the pawn. And then I can move my rook. I'm going to put that rook there. A little pressure there. Maybe queen d2 in the right moment. I like knight g4, rook f6. Ooh, excuse me, I didn't even see that. No, I didn't even see that move. Didn't even see it. His rook's going to be hanging as soon as I move my queen. That's one good thing. I like queen here next. I can make that work. This is hanging, but then that is. What's he going to do here, though? This is fully just a hanging rook. Very tense position now. I have queen h3 and this bishop's hanging. This has got to be good for me. Queen takes e5. I'm going to take on d5. Damn. Damn. I didn't know how to react to that, and I had to just make a move. Yeah, he's in a good spot now. I want to get some checks, so I'm giving this pawn, but I'm not sure the validity of that. I think it's okay. I want queen c4 next. Trying to defend here. I've only got 5 seconds, though. He played a nice move again. Yeah, he's playing it well. He rerouted the bishop, and now I have to deal with this. Probably gonna have to put my knight here, which is not what I want. I'm not sure about this endgame. Oof. Queen b8 is in the position. That might be... Oh, I don't know why he let me do that. This is really good for me. Because now I get to go here. And take this pawn and bring my king to f7. Yeah, this is just a draw. That's very nice. Very nice of him. He'll play it on, but I can't mess this one up. I just need to not get my knight in some weird position, or put it on f5 ever. But if I just leave it over here, he can't make progress at all. Oh, now we actually win that pawn. Now we're the one in the better position. I'll play this on for a bit against him. Oh, now he wants to draw. No, no, no. No, no, no. Like, it's a draw, of course, guys. I'm not saying that, but you don't push me around all day like that and then just get your draw. I work for a little bit. Just a tad, just a smidge. All right. Good game. All right, that was good. I think I was quite resourceful there in that game. This endgame is a draw. I'm sure the endgame earlier was winning, but Queen E3 is a terrible, terrible move by him. Queen B8 is in the position, but maybe he got nervous with the time ticking down. But I thought that Queen here takes there was probably enough to win. And anyway, yeah, here I was worse. Bishop takes F7 was nice, but I'm only saying that because it worked just in the moment. Although maybe it is actually a nice move. I didn't check. It's just that when I had like 3-4 seconds, it was a really good move because it seems to work, but I also didn't have any time to calculate it. Earlier, I'm getting killed here. This is not good. My plans kind of fell through, and my thought process didn't yield me a constructive thing to do. So my middle game was a bit weak. I was happy here. I made him play A3. That's always going to be a weakness. But for some reason, like this E4 thing wasn't working, and I should just kind of shuffle around and slowly improve pieces and just take the D file like I did. But this whole G6 H5 thing was a bit too much. Okay, we have 2.5 points. We got paired kind of down here against a FIDE master. I don't know who that GM I just played was, but he's quite high rated and he's probably very strong. Let's play a different one this time. Let's play the Sicilian. Bring out the Shirov Taimanov. Okay. Just go here. Stop this knight b5 nonsense. Knight out. I could go for some h5 stuff, but I think I will be slightly more principled and go for a more standard approach. Queen there. I think against this move, black usually goes for some knight g4 stuff with h5 and attacking f2, knight swings back to e5. I think that's the stuff here. Yeah, I think knight g4 is the move, but again, my memory might be off. And the idea to bring the knight here, maybe some h5, h4. I know that Robin Van Kampen had a game here. I think it was against Michael Adams. Robin was black. He also has used the Taimanov on occasion. And he drew his game, I won't say very easily, but I thought it was a smooth draw as black against Michael Adams. Okay, so bring the knight to e5. He wants to play this. If I go for h5 here, king, let's say h1 is a better move. Then h4, I think he can play f4. So that's his plan. If I play b5, king somewhere, bishop b7, f4, then maybe knight c6. That looks kind of reasonable. And all the time, if knight d5, I think I just move my queen and I'm okay in those kind of positions. So I'm going to go like this. I'm going to put my bishop on b7. I'm going to let f4 happen. Oh, he's going to throw that move in. That's even better. It seems like a kind of a useless move. I wasn't really going to play b4. So let's play bishop b7. bishop f4. This is nicer. I don't have to deal with an f4 coming. I'm probably just going to bring the rook there. Let's castle. And he's going to put a rook on d1. And he's sort of threatening to take and take on d7. I don't think it's a real threat because I'll just play bishop c6 and then g3 pawn is hanging at the end. So I don't think that is a threat. And if he plays rook d1, I'm just going to play rook c8. And if he takes, I'm going to take, play bishop c6 and take on g3. I also have bishop takes a3 as a threat, and in general, I don't think I even need to win a pawn to justify this, but we'll see. If he takes, rook takes d7, bishop c6, there is rook d3, which guards that pawn that I was talking about. But that's what I was just saying, that I feel like in that position, the compensation doesn't have to be sort of concrete. It's just that position looks good for black with the two bishops. Now, it remains to be seen if I can play it properly, but I think that is the correct way to do things. So I'm going to offer it to him at least. I would happily take that position. Okay, he went king h2. I think he's just getting out of the exact tactic that I mentioned. Now I could just take a moment, play d6, safeguard that knight. I think I'm going to do that. There are some tactics like this in the air, which I'm very close to playing, but it also gives up my dark square bishop, so I want to be quite careful doing that. Queen h5. Huh. See, he's not planning to take on e5 or anything. That's kind of a peculiar move. So I can always play knight g6, and then again I have this like bishop a3 tactic, but I might just play rook to d8, and if bishop here, I'm going to play f6, and I think f6 is a move I don't mind playing. I don't think I mind playing that move. Because actually this bishop has to, oh, okay, knight e2. I'm not really seeing all my opponent's moves, or not expecting them or predicting them. So if I go knight here, where are the pieces going? Right on. I really want to get this move in. Let's play... Ooh, that's a bit risky. That's a bit risky. Yeah, at this point, I'm... like, I just need to play a bit faster, that's the problem. I have a good position, so I'm not gonna try to explain precisely what I'm doing. I'm just moving, yeah. Like, he's making moves like that, which are concessions, and I need to just be moving as well. So, yeah, I'm expecting the queen to go back. I don't need the rook on the c-file, I think, anymore. He wants f4. I want to bring the knight to f6. I'm quite low on time, so at this point, queen g4, I'm going to play g6. I'm okay with that. Bishop there, I'm also okay with f6. Oh, sorry, bishop there, I can actually take on h5. Now I'm threatening to win the knight, so I think he has to move it back. This g6 move is not as bad of a concession as it might seem, I believe. As long as I can play it properly. But a lot of things in chess are like that. They're good if I can play it properly. Yeah, he's going to bring the knight back. He's going to bring the queen back. I want that square for my pieces. No, I want this one. Again, I'm not worried about playing the move f6, so if he plays bishop g5, this doesn't bother me. Yeah, I'm actually going to voluntarily play it. Yeah, okay. I'm still maintaining like a flexible position, at least. I don't think there's a sack that kills me here. I have some weird looking position. I want to put a rook very badly on c8 and pressure that c-pawn. Let's try not to trade with him. Not sure if that's correct or not. Let's go here. I want to take back with that. He hung this pawn, and then he's going to come at me over here. Bringing the queen here and playing knight e7. He's going to give me that, obviously. He's not he's not going to move it. I think, though, that I do have the better position after I take it. If he takes there, I'm going to play queen here and this, and I don't think I'm getting mated here. And I think after d5, he's really in trouble. I have to be careful of maybe some tricks, but as far as I know, it looks bad, but I'm not that worried about it. Maybe I should be. I have to watch bishop h6 check, but there's serious problems coming here. This is pinned to the rook as well. What am I doing? Just take that. Yeah. There we go. It was a good game. I definitely evaluated that stuff at the end correctly, that it wasn't too much danger near my king. Earlier, yeah, I did like my position. With the time situation, I did kind of lose the thread of what exactly I should be doing, because honestly, my position is very good here for an opening to get this, especially in Taimanov. This is all you can ask for, really. He didn't play f4, he didn't have anything coming at me. In the end, I just went for a very flexible position where the pawns are all kind of on the 6th rank like this, and okay, at that point it was just blitz. It wasn't anything special. Although a bit earlier, I liked my position here. I thought that sack was correct, and yeah, he didn't really pose me any problems. He never played f4. He didn't do any of like the very forcing or challenging moves. He just kind of developed, and slowly I think my moves were a bit better than his, and then at some point we both just got so low on time. At that point it was just blitz. It was just blitz. Wonder how Elias is doing. Naka's on 3.5 out of 4. There's a couple people leading the tournament who I don't recognize all of them. There's one candidate master with 4 out of 4. Very impressive. That's one thing about Title Tuesdays. You always come across someone who's like just the best player in the world that no one knew about or something. There's always like a CM or an NM way on top of the table. And one of those NMs is actually Elias Usidic. I wonder where I can find him. Oh well, I don't see him very far up like that CM, so I'll stop looking. Won't scroll through all 150, 200 players. But just trying to check on my comrade, guys. You know, it's lonely here, playing Title Tuesday by myself. So I brought in the heavy hitter, Elias. Yeah, I was happy with that game. We're gonna have white next. I might play a d4 game. We played e4 last time. Switch it up a bit. I should get a very strong pairing. Looking at the 3.5s, there are quite a few, but I am maybe almost the lowest rated, but among the lowest rated for sure at 3.5. I think the round is almost over, just 1 or 2 more games. play d4 next game. Probably just play the London system and just get a position. Just get a position, because I'm probably going to be playing a strong player, so I don't know if I feel like playing d4 theory right now. So far, my opening positions have been good. I think most games, except to that Australian account, the Grandmaster, who, yeah, okay, my opening was fine, but it wasn't good or anything, and he ended up just outplaying me from that position. So I think the next round is going to start pretty soon. We're at 3.5 out of 4, 10-round tournament, so it's not even half over yet. I think they changed that from 9 rounds. They used to have 2 title Tuesdays, and now they kind of merged it into one. So I don't know if it was intentional, but maybe some form of compensation for only one tournament. They made it longer. But 3+2 is great. I mean, it's good training. All these games have been helpful for me, and also the time control. 3+2. It's just so pleasant to play increment blitz rather than 3-0. Of course, if I'm just playing for fun, streaming, whatever, I like to play 3-0 mostly. But when you get a serious 3+2 challenge or match or tournament like this, it's really motivating, at least for me. I do like the time control. There's a lot of situations where I'm like, okay, maybe going for a flag, and I might say, well, I wish it wasn't this hand control, but it balances out. There's situations where I would be flagging, so I think I'm really slow, and I'm almost always low on time, so I think this helps me more than it hurts me to have +2. Maybe some guys are playing a rook endgame again or something with no pawns, because there's one game that just won't end. I always wondered that the title Tuesdays could be delayed, just if 2 people never agree to draw. It seems weird, but that's another story. Hard to have arbiter intervention on online. Hard to make that a reality. Okay. Man, this game's really taking a while. There we go. Oh, that's funny. I actually got matched against one of the other lower rated guys with 3.5. This was the only other guy I saw that didn't have a very high rating at 3.5. So looks like it's just him and I. All right, let's play the London system that we talked about. I'm probably just gonna do it no matter what. No, there's one reason I might not do it. I think that I should play d5 here. Why not? Is he gonna play d5, I wonder? c5. Yeah, there's some theory there. I might just stay very solid with c3 for now. I don't really feel like going into some wild position like that. So let's go here. Here. Now, if I'm not mistaken, if queen b6 and I play queen c2, everyone falls for this trap to play bishop f5. I don't think he'll play it. No, he played it. I don't know why. It's like everyone plays bishop f5 and it's not a good move because of d takes c5. It's people have this programmed into their brains that they're supposed to play this this move, bishop f5, after c4, like queen b3 right here, queen b3, c4, queen c2, bishop c4 is a good tactic. But people have that tactic sort of like autopiloted, and I remember I was playing black and I played bishop f5 just in a blitz game on chess.com. I sound like Ivanchuk right now. Yeah, reciting old games from chess.com. No, but I really had that happen before, and he played d takes c5 to me immediately, and I was like, man, this is just a very tricky move. A very tricky move. So yeah, ever since then I just tried to remember it, and I do like it. It does work. I've never seen anyone not play bishop f5. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna try to play like these sort of moves. So play f3, g4, h4, just like that. I think my king on d2 is kind of well placed. Eventually I'll play a4, I think, to support that guy. Bishop e2, start expanding over here. So gotta be g4. Gotta be g4. h4. So if h5, I think g5, he's gonna put the knight on e8. But I think that's a good position for me. And then maybe put the bishop on h3. Create some tension on that pawn. Let's put the bishop there. He's got that guy, yeah, so I thought he would play this. But here, if I take that, and he takes back, well, let's do that first. So I think I can include this move for free. This looks like a good one. Just attack the bishop first, gain the g file, and maybe my next move can be bishop d4. He can't push e5, which is nice. If he plays rook a5, I always have a4, so I'm not getting trapped or anything. Okay, he does play this move, so I'm gonna have to take that. Oh, is he planning on taking there? That's interesting. I didn't really see that. Doesn't look like it's a concern though. I'll just bring the bishop back. And then maybe rook g5 or rook g6 next. And if he brings the knight up, maybe I have rook g7 as well. So he's got like all his pieces over here, and his knight is just trapping everybody in there. It's not very good coordination. He might play a knight move, one of those knight moves, I think, though. He's got to get his pieces out. It's a must. Rook c6, jeez. He's really stubborn. So one idea is rook g8. I kind of like that one. Actually, no. Is that so good? I don't think so. Let's just go with our plan. Rook to g5. Attacking those two pawns. If he plays knight there, and I take, he would play rook g8, and then he gets the g file. That's a bit of counterplay, but I can swing back with rook g5. So I'm comfortable in that position. And otherwise, I'm kind of looking to just take that pawn and escape. Let's take it, right? Take it. And I'm going to take here. And then I'm going to swing back and take the h pawn. So let's take this. This is hanging. And if king d7, I can play rook takes d5, which is a cute move. Okay, so he's going for the activity, which is, I mean, that's just incredibly logical. The question is, what do I want to take here? If I do this, he's going to take, check, king up, rook takes, bishop takes d5. Yeah, that's very good for me. I'm going to go for that. My king hides very well on d3. Is there an accurate move I should play, like rook h1 here? That's the question. So if I take that, there's rook h2. But I think I'm going to go for that line. Take, rook h2. Bishop f7, rook takes, maybe rook d1. Let's take it. I want him to also play this and some move like c4. Let's play this. Rook d1. I'm gonna put the rook on d2 if he plays rook h2, and I think I have chances in this endgame. Yeah, at least he thought so as well. So I'm gonna go here. So it's my plan. I want to have like 1 against the 2, and then have my 2 connected pawns. So I think that's a good one. Oh, although rook here is... Rook there is kind of annoying. He also played another move I didn't really check. But bishop here looks fine. Or, excuse me, rook there looks fine. f4. I want to bring the bishop here. I'm saying that this endgame is winning. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I'm going with. I want to bring my king there, so he's going to check me and bring the c8 maybe. I'm going to take that. I've got my rook protecting everything. It's kind of just like perfect geometry. Once I take that pawn, then I want to put that bishop on b3. Everything's going to be nice and protected. King back to f3. Then e4, e5. Yeah, check, king up, e5 next. e5, f5, f6. Remember, always advance the pawns on the dark squares if you have a light squared bishop, because the bishop controls the other two. So f6. Rook here, and now the bishop has to leave this diagonal, which is very frustrating for him. No, it doesn't. But king here. And I have a checkmate idea. Checkmate. And rook g8 is mate, so this is winning here. There it is. That was a very nice game. I was really happy with that. Basically, just fell for an opening trick that, yeah, someone did against me when I played against the London system. And I was like, man, that's pretty cool, because I think it's really easy to fall for. I can show you guys what I'm talking about. It's a well-known trick for black, actually, that if you play queen b3, c4, taking kind of gives black the initiative. It's a very good position. He plays b5 and b4 because of the pin on the a file. I can't stop it. And because of that, queen c2 is kind of normal. People get scared of queen b6. And then bishop f5 is a great move, because the rook is hanging. And white has to play queen c1, and I believe black is just extremely well off after knight h5 in this position, taking the bishop, and I've seen many games that are just complete destruction in that position for black, winning very easily. So because of that trick that people know for black is good, when they see queen c2, they're like, well, you know, I'll just do this. And if you play queen c1, clearly that's good. Queen b3, then c4, and then black's well off again. But there's this, as you saw in the game, intermezzo, d takes c5, and you've got a hanging piece, and the queen cannot maintain the pressure on b2, so if they take, you just take a free piece. They have to do this, and then in this position, I think practically speaking, this is the best move, and then e6, and at least you playing with some bishops, and it's a bit tricky, but it is still better for white. And well, he went back, and then you guys saw how that game went. Knight goes to b5, and like this, and it's just, these are permanent weaknesses till the end. And I'm not sure if the opposite bishop endgame, all of them that I was allowing at the end, were winning in my game, but it seemed to be a pretty clean conversion. The only move that I remember missing was rook e1. He could have played rook e1 when I played c4. When I first played c4 to try to trade the pawns, he could have played rook e1, and to be honest, I was a bit concerned because I can't play rook e2, which is always my answer, because my c4 pawn is hanging with check. So I thought that was like his only moment. However, I think I'm still pushing for the win. I'm up a pawn there, but he's got double pawns, so it almost feels like I'm up 2 pawns. But yeah, that was a good game. Still Still some games going on. 4.5 out of 5, so we're doing really well this event. This candidate master has 5 out of 5. I mean, that's a bit ridiculous. 5 out of 5, boys. 5 out of 5. Where's Naka actually? Is he still playing, or did he lose? He's 3.5 out of 5. Oh man, did that guy beat Naka? I think he might have just beaten Naka. I don't want to play that guy. Jesus, get me the fuck out of here, guys. I don't want to play this candidate master. I'm probably gonna have to or something. Oh, please get me out of here. I don't want to play him. He's beating Naka. I don't stand a chance. 10-round tournament. This is round 5, so we are officially halfway in. But I do not want to play this candidate master. That would be very bad. You get wrecked. So far, my openings have been good, as I said last game, and I think it stays true to this one. I've not been playing much theory at all, actually. Even my game against Wonderful Time was not very theoretical. I've just been choosing some sidelines and just trying to play some chess. Some bullet and blitz shenanigans. I had some good practice last night, not in blitz, but in Bughouse actually. Fabiano Caruana is in Montreal for Canada Day weekend, so he was celebrating with the boys, which is great. Always nice to see him, and he. Of course, is also celebrating the 4th of July today. So, yeah, Eric Hansen and myself played some Bughouse against Fabiano and his partner, and we did very well. The night earlier, we played against Lafong and his partner, and we also did well. Eric's a good Bughouse player, and I think he's had some experience in St. Louis playing with like Aronian and some of the very strong Bughouse players. Yasser, of course. How could I forget? But myself, I'm not a Bughouse player, but it's a lot of top players enjoy it, and it's a more even playing ground. You know, you can be a weak player and still, you know, beat one of the top players in the world at a chess variant. So, yes, I was putting a little bit of hurt on Fabiano, but I'm not sure if I can say I'm a very good player yet. But maybe I had some lucky nights. However, it's grown on me a bit. I don't really like playing Bughouse, and I've always been kind of against it. Variants in general, but I've been playing well lately, or maybe Eric has been carrying the team is a better way to put it. But either way, it was good fun. Played some Bughouse for a couple hours with Fabiano last night, and then went out to celebrate Canada Day. So pretty good night overall. Okay, I think this is going to be another d4 game. We got double white, which is interesting, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I was just white. We got double white. I'll do another d4 game. I think I will play again. I've been playing non-theoretical, and it's been kind of working out for me so far, so I'm going to stick with it. e3, h3 if knight f6. Just keep that bishop. Let's play c3, c5. Now here, I've been looking at a few moves. I know that a really popular thing is that bishop e2, queen b6, queen b3, bishop e6. It's kind of a good line for black. So I sometimes like to start with knight bd2 to avoid that. Since now if you do that, I will play bishop c4. But I think, no, he's taking and going there, huh? I guess, does he get e5 here? Does he get e5? I wonder. Well, I think I'm going to play bishop e2, but yeah, I'm kind of wondering now, does he just have an e5 move working? Yeah, it's kind of weird. Maybe I got tricked somewhere. But I definitely believe this is a good position for him. So takes, takes, takes. I don't even need to bother calculating that. It looks really suspicious. Takes and rook e8. I can probably never castle. I remember looking at some opening trick stuff in the London, and I think I might be walking into something. So how do I how do I stabilize here? That's the question. How do I stabilize? I can take it and then not take back. Doesn't really offer me great position. I'm gonna take it once. Bishop back, but no, it's not good, is it? It's definitely not good. Yeah, this is maybe we finally got a bad opening. I think I'm gonna have to take that pawn, guys, because I know I'm walking into something, but I actually looked at it myself recently. Yeah. Alright, let's take. Bring that bishop back. And what is it going to be? Bishop takes c3 or something? I think it's going to be a rook e8, bishop takes c3 trick. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Although, I'm fine with that. Just knight c4, I think. Honestly, guys, I think I'm doing very reasonable here. Ooh, yeah, okay, never mind. But I couldn't actually stop that. He was going to take it by force. This is the trick I was talking about. I actually had forgotten, so there you go. That's why there's an opening trick here. That's what it is. I can't really avoid it. I could play this. Sack the rook. Should I do that? I think he'll respond with bishop there. Yeah, let's try it. So bishop there, I might play queen a4. That's kind of my idea. And I think this is pretty decent for blitz. Let's go here. I have two bishops. He's much better, but I have two bishops and a little bit of pressure. A little bit. I want to hide my king on h2. Yeah, I'm not that unhappy with this. The alternative was to play knight takes b2 and just be down a pawn, kind of suffering. But okay, there you go. That was the trick I was talking about. So let's actually play king h2. I want to get my king off the last rank. I want to maybe play queen c1 next. I do have some stuff around the king that he has to be quite wary of. Yeah, so I'm going to play queen c1, put pressure there, threatening bishop takes d5. Also might want to bring my queen in h6. Yeah, he wants to give me that pawn, and I don't think I should take it. Rook there is an option. I think I want to sort of keep my pieces lined up there. With knight d7, I want to play rook here and go after this pawn. I'm not interested in taking that pawn and trading pieces. That's, yeah, again, he's playing it well because I can't really trade with him. Can't afford to. Well, let's play here actually. Put that bishop on b3. That's very reasonable. He's up so much time. But that's why we like increment, right? This would be just a no contest otherwise. Here. Ah, shit, I missed knight d3. I missed knight d3 there, guys. Yeah, I missed knight d3, so there's not much I can do. Yeah, that's over. There's queen g3 coming next. I thought and I still maintain that belief that this is a reasonable position for blitz, but I should have done it faster, maybe. But the other problem was I recently looked at this for black, and I kind of walked into it with white. So there's always that psychological thing where I knew what he was going to do, but I kind of forgot about it, and then yeah, it is just a good position for black. So yeah, knight d5. He's bringing out some top theory, guys. Some prep. Knight d5 and bishop takes c3 is very good, and I recently looked at it, So that's a little upsetting. I didn't remember it. Although I walked myself into it even from here, so I couldn't actually avoid it. Yeah, e5 is it's just a good move. Bishop c3 and then bishop b2. That's the key. Because if you don't play bishop b2, then it's actually reasonable for white, like a very good position. But here, if I had taken, there would follow knight there. Queen takes, knight takes with check. Takes back, and I'm just down a pawn here. Maybe it's holdable, but it's not a nice position to play, I don't think. So yeah, we kind of got in trouble that game. Kind of got in trouble. Since my game was so bad, so finished so early, I will put Naka's game on the screen here. Naka is white, and is he losing? I think he's losing here. I think he's losing. Game drawn? Whoa, man. You gotta at least try to win that with black. Naka just bullied him. He used his Naka name, used his brand to make that kid agree to a draw here. So black queens with check. The king, I mean, where does the king go? If the king goes here, then we win the bishop. So if the king, where can the king go that we don't lose a bishop? Here we lose the entire queen. That's illegal. That's not good. And then any of those king moves, let's say here. Oh, do I not have auto queen on? Holy moly. Or maybe that's a good thing. It is 3+2. But that was good to find out. So if king there, we just play queen there and take the bishop. King here seems to be the one. But I don't see... I mean, we win the bishop no matter what, right? Because we just make a queen. And maybe there's some checks to take the queen back. But what's going on here? I mean, no matter where the king goes, you simply win the bishop by force. I don't understand. And then I don't know if the endgame is winning or drawing, but this is blitz. I mean, oh, that's just rubbish. I don't know. That's ridiculous. I would never, ever accept a draw there. Because you know you have a draw. Like, you're not losing this position. What happened earlier? Huh. Yeah, he thought he was just winning the endgame, but no, I think black is winning that position, probably. That's crazy. I can't believe he accepted a draw there. He got bullied. He got bullied. Okay, let's watch this candidate master guy. C. Stefan from Romania. And he's just killing everyone. King f3. King f3. Rook takes a7. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Knight b5. And it's covered. King e4, and he's got everything covered. What's he gonna do? Can he play knight takes d4? No. Knight a3. I guess he's just gonna play king c4, king b4. What's he up to? Oh man, he's gonna play knight b6 now, so you have to move the king. And now what? Knight a3? Okay. Black can win this one, I think. h4? h4, yes. Knight f4. And then knight h3. Knight d2 has to be played. Finally, we see him. A bit of weakness in the kid. Ever since he was low on time. What's that? Just a2. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. It's always someone with a perfect score, and the way they lose is like complete random shot in the dark. I don't know. It's like they just freeze up. I'm glad I didn't have to play him. Although my game didn't go very well. Maybe I would do better against him. This is pretty nice by white. This is a very nice game. Shuffling pieces. Ooh. Oh, rook takes e6. Good lord. Yeah, no, this guy's just a good player. Let me tell you that. That's just a good player. That's just a good player right there. All right, enough game watching. The round is almost over. That's round 6. Coming up round 7. Had a bit of a setback. That wasn't a good game, but he really did use some brand new stuff against me, guys. That was some top of the line theory and prep. He was bringing out there. E5 early, the pawn sack, but it's reassuring in the way that I looked at it recently. So it's kind of a good feeling that he and I were looking at the same thing. But it sucks to be on the white side of that position, let me tell you. I'll have to look into it. But that's why these games are very good. I really enjoy playing this tournament. It's definitely good chess. This will serve to be good training material. So right now the leaders are at 5.5. I just lost, so I'm at 4.5. Very tough to stay on the top of this tournament, though. Like, you have to absolutely kill it. And I was doing very well there, but yeah, you just can't drop a single game. Everything has to go right. Kind of like those GM norms, which is why they're so elusive. All right, it's time to bust out the Red Bull. I think that's what it means. I need my energy after that game. We need to ascend the table again. Okay. Only one more game. I think the round's almost over. Every time I see one game, I just assume it's a couple bozos playing with just rooks or something like that. I think in this tournament I have had bishop and knight checkmate before. But yeah, it's very common to have bishop knight mate. All the like weird things in chess, they pretty much happen in this tournament. Okay, we're playing Croatia. Yeah, Grandmaster from Croatia. Should be a good game. We finally got black. We were double whited. Kind of wasted our white last game, but let's see if we can bounce back here. E4. Okay, well let's try the Taimanov again. Wonder if he's going to play the same variation. So we go bishop e3. Queen f3, right. So this is what Shirov played against me. So, so here we go. Alright, so bishop d6 is what I played. Bishop e5. And I can't remember what he did. He did g3 and queen e2, pretty sure. Wonder if this guy will do the same. Okay, so he took, and he's going to play bishop d4 next. And I think I'm going to play knight f6 here. Knight f6. Yep, so I'm going to take it. And this is the endgame that I've been like having to train. This endgame is like what people play this line for. As white, I mean. So takes d5, I believe. And the thing after d5 is when he takes, I actually want to take back this way. Okay, he plays f3. It's a bit different. I'm not as worried about the move f3 as I was about other moves. I think taking is actually a great way to approach that endgame. They take back this way and you get like that pawn to f4 or f3 g4 there. But let's see about this. So if I take on e4, I can give him double isolated g pawns, which could be a good thing. That's looking very, very tempting right now. Why don't I just do that? Is the endgame really that bad for me? Takes, knight takes, pawn takes. He's got rook d6 coming. I guess that's his idea. Yeah, maybe I just never get to attack those pawns. So then I think what I'm gonna do is, I think this is an important move. I'm taking a lot of time though. This is just how, this is just what I do in Blitz. Maybe it's not so healthy. I think I'm gonna castle. And I'm gonna play g5. Ooh, maybe, that's okay. Yeah. I was thinking if I should play h6 first, but I'm gonna play g5, fix these pawns in those squares. He's gonna play rook h5. But here, if I play h6, I think that's good for me. No. Should be. No, I'm not sure. But, okay, I can take it and put the knight on g6. That's quite fine. But also, I was thinking of h6, rook takes, and then knight takes pawn. And I think that's also quite reasonable. And then to play f6 after, and like rook a7 can cover the 7th rank. So I will try that. Rook h5, then f6. He's going there. I can always play king g7 and king f6. Question is whether I want to take that. I don't think so. No, I don't think he can ever win that pawn, can he? Rook h1, I just play bishop d7. No, let's play c5. No, let's play c5, why not? Hope I'm not getting mated, but the way I see it, I just run with my king. Even if he gets this pawn, I think I'm fine. But I don't think he does. If rook there, I can go back. I can also consider going this way if I want to play for a win. Let's put the bishop here. No, I think I have a great position actually. Let's play this. Ooh. That was not smart. That was not smart. I'm gonna have to hang a pawn there. Oops, that was really bad. I have one last trick and I think it's working. That was kind of lucky, but I didn't really see that. Wait, here? How is he getting out of this one? I just tricked him actually, big time. I didn't even see this, so complete luck, but dropping all the pawns here, guys. Dropping all the pawns. Got f5 coming. Again, I'm gonna play e4. Just have to watch out for check, not to play king e5, which I won't. Oh shit. Almost blundered that. 4 seconds. I should play d3. And maybe e3 next. Still very tense. I want to play rook d2, king e4 as well. Yeah, my next move wants to be king e4. Really? How is he stopping me here? I'm playing e2. I'm just playing e2 and queening with check. This move, I take it. Knight b4 there, knight there, I played rook c1. I think I'm just winning, guys. I think I'm just winning. Knight e7, I play king e6. Shit, I don't know what to do. Tricky move. Didn't have time to calculate it. Probably should have played king f6, but I'm not sure. That was a good tricky move. He has knight e5, knight f3 as one idea. He's got to play knight there, but I just play here and I take it. Just an easy win. Just an easy win. There we go. It was the Red Bull. It was the Red Bull. Okay, so this one, so this was the Taimanov line, and believe me guys, when I had to play Shirov, who's one of the literally leading experts at white in this line, he has some of the nicest games, and there's a book written on the Taimanov, and one of the most intense games analyzed in that book is a game between the author of the book and Shirov himself, and Shirov won that game, so it's quite serious. And when I was preparing for him, you wouldn't believe like how deeply I analyze this position. So I do honestly feel like I know it very well. But I wasn't used to f3. So I had to decide whether I was going to take it. I decided not to, because I think that he takes with either the pawn or the knight. Maybe it doesn't matter. I thought the knight. And then he comes in with rook d6, bishop c4, rook d1. And I don't feel that the double pawns here, the weakness of the double pawns is noticed that much. Double isolated pawns, so I didn't go for it. I decided castle, play g5. I thought this was good. I didn't like e5 by him. I honestly was just a bit low on time. I think h6 was a good move here. I get that pawn. I'm never worried in this position because, for example, if he like checks me, I go here. If he checks me again, I can go there, and then if he brings the rook up again, I can bring my king back to f6. So it's like if he plays rook h5 here, he's not threatening to take. And if he checks me, I go protect the pawn. So there's no, as far as I can see, there's no geometry that actually lets him take my g5 pawn, as far as I can see. So I wasn't worried at all. And meanwhile, I'm just pushing these pawns. My position was very good here, I think. Here, I just kind of missed that this was a huge threat along with this. So when I played d4, this was messy. But honestly, I had 17 seconds against 2.5 minutes. So it was just kind of fortunate. But maybe if I just play a more normal move like knight g6, I think I simply have a crushing position. I have all my pieces out. Like his pawn structure is a bit weird. His rooks are awkward. He's not winning my g-pawn. I think I'm extremely happy. Anyway, I went for this. I was lucky to have knight f4 here. And then what he missed, or we all missed, well, I didn't really miss it, I just didn't calculate it because I didn't have time, was that here I get knight g3, and now his rook on f1 is hanging full rook with check. So he has to give me this, and here definitely wasn't ideal what I did, but I wanted to maintain this central pawn mass. I think he should have chipped away with c3, because he's winning every single one of my pawns, but my counterplay comes from these e-pawns, and here I freaking barely remembered that knight to e7 was a threat. And yeah, I like this. d3, rook takes, e3, and now I have rook d2, and he didn't stop it, which I thought was weird. Yeah, and now I just play e2. And I thought that this might have been a good tricky move, knight e5 here. The end of the game was just very easy from here. But if he played knight e5, okay, I play e2, let's say. And then I was thinking, like, what if he... No, maybe it's not possible. Okay, it seemed tricky. Like when I had a couple seconds, I was like, all right, I see the idea there. But it looks like if he moves his king to get out of the check, to have this tactic, then I can simply play like king f4 and just win easily. And if he plays knight f3, then I also play king f4, and once again, should be no problem. So yeah, no, okay. Obviously it's winning at that point, but in the moment I thought that might be a tricky move. I guess not. First place is 6.5 out of 7. Still very impressive. The candidate master lost again. Lost again, so that's good to see. That's reassuring. He's got 5 out of 7. I really hope I don't have to play him. I got 5.5 right now, and there's still 3 more rounds to play. Only 1 more game left, so I think the round is almost over. Both of my Taimanov games were pretty good this event. I liked my positions from both of them. Actually, I liked most of my positions, except obviously the game I lost. I got killed with some opening trap. But I think we'll have white next. You know, I'll see who I'm playing. Will probably affect my opening, actually. But I might play e4. I'm not sure yet. Just see what my feeling is. See where my mouse goes. Play it by ear. Waiting for that one game. The tournament starts with like 200 people in it, or just about, and then there's only 100 now, for example. So like people just autopilot withdraw when they have bad events. Because why not? Yeah, if you don't have a good event or you have a bad game, it's like just leave. But actually, like more than half of the event withdrew, which kind of reminds me of the Canadian Championship, where a lot of people withdrew that tournament that just happened. I stuck in there and lost a lot of rating, so I'm not sure if that was smart or stubborn, but we'll see. But there's a lot of controversy about the way that the final playoff for first place was executed, and it's actually front page on chess.com right now. So it's an ongoing story. I won't get into it right now, but Canadian chess is on the map for the wrong reasons. I'll say that. I'll say that. Oh man, they're still playing, and this is one of the top games too. This is like one of the top 2 players in the tournament almost. So I know that it's not just them playing with rooks. This is probably a pretty serious game going on. Where's Naka? Naka must have withdrew. He has 4 out of 7. Yikes. Yikes. Naka's just not having a good tournament, actually. I don't think he withdrew. He's still in there. 4 out of 7 is not his best foot forward, I'll say that. Alright. I'm interested. What are they doing? Alright. It was rook against knight. It was rook against knight. I knew it must be. The knight is actually in a bit of a weird position here on b2. Somehow feels a little awkward, but no, it's nothing special. The other reason that I really like this event is that the people I've played so far, I haven't recognized all of them, but they're like GMs from various countries, so people I haven't played before, good practice, everything. So these games have all been very good. Especially the one I lost. It's a very good reminder about that. I'm not sure that he knows how to click draw. I wonder how many moves they've been playing for. There we go. There we go. Alright, going into round 8 here. Renato Terry. Alright. Is this an e4 or a d4? I think I'm gonna go with d4. It's I am from Peru. Yeah, e6. I think I will play the London system against this. Sure. We'll go here. Let's get h3 in. We don't need to play right away, but oh, he's going for again shadow setup. Play a4. Usually a6 is the response to that, so that when I play a5, they can play b5. Very normal. Let's play bishop d3. Let's play knight bd2. Castle. I think I want to tuck this bishop away on h2. Just out of the middle of the board. And now he's going to go for this move, it looks like. He's going to go for that. So what am I going to do against e5? I think if he plays e5, I'm going to take it. And then play e4. And try to play against that bishop. Although I'm not sure. He always has this knight h5 thing. So yeah, I think I'll play queen c2 to start. Just controlling this square, it's definitely an important one. When he goes there, I believe I'm going to take, and then play my pawn to e4. So let's play the rook to e1. Okay, so I think I want to take. I could also start with this, but it lets him play knight h5, and I don't think I want to allow that. The other thing I could do is play knight there, but knight there could be a good move. Ah, no, he has d5. Takes, and d5. So I'm going to take first, and now I can consider knight there, maybe? Knight there. He can take and play c6, though, and there's f5 coming. So yeah, my intention was to play e4, but I'm not sure if I want to maintain that intention here. I think I am going to go like this. It's a little risky, actually. No, I think I will go for it. Oh, whoa, he played that one fast. Okay, I just got outfoxed. Jeez, he was really ready for that. Here, then comes knight c5. Okay, we have to admit the mistake because the f5 move is coming. The f5 move is coming. If he goes e4, then I always have knight d4, which is kind of nice. He can sink his knight on d3, which is the annoying thing. Yeah, and I can't touch that. I can't take that. Ah, and there's c5 coming. This is the annoying part. Just really getting outplayed here. Yeah, this is obviously a very bad position. Doesn't need an explanation. This knight e8 move was quite, like, just seriously creative and obviously good. Obviously good as well. Trying to set up the very typical tactic of knight takes e4, but I don't think it's going to be that easy to get to work. Yeah, I'm just trying to play this and bishop takes d3, but at the moment takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes, c4. Seems to work for him. Or excuse me, not c4, but just there's a hanging knight there. So at the moment I can't even do that as far as I can see. If I play knight c1, then he's going to play c4. And oh yeah, this could get nasty, guys. This could get nasty. This is not a nice position. Holy. I have no idea what to do. This is simply just an atrocious position. Nah, look, just very bad. Just very, very bad. 20 seconds too, so not very good. But man, the games where I've been getting outplayed have been just like very comprehensive outplays. Very serious moves. Ooh, I guess queen a2 is possible. Jeez, that's a weird move, but I think he's going to play it for sure. He's been playing weird moves that are very good so far. Knight e8, important theme to remember. Gonna have to remember knight e8. That was extremely effective against what I did, but in hindsight it wasn't that hard to play, I guess. We're gonna have to do this. We have a bad position, but just gotta try to break this pawn structure. Maybe knight here. Attack these two. I know that the tactics won't work for me, but just trying anything. Knight b2. Yep. Yeah, that's not a model game right there. That is not one for the kids to follow. Yeah, I don't think I can take this and get away with it. I'm gonna take it, but I don't think I can. He's just gonna take there. Oh, he's gonna take there. I mean, he played very accurate that game. I feel that was just a crush. That was just a crush. This guy always does really well in this tournament. Very weird. So this again, he did some weird setup. It's good, but the e6 move is a bit unnecessary because you can actually do this setup with d6 and then just play e5 straight away. So he's actually losing a move on like kind of a well-known thing, but he's doing it so that he can get his queen on e7. So it has some sense to it. However, he has this idea to leave the rook on a8, play rook d8. It's a very nice system. So honestly, if you guys are watching this, I think there have been two very, very good example games against me on how to play against the London system, honestly. This setup seems to work very, very nicely. Knight e8 was a good move, but again, if I play e4, I just think he has decent chances with knight there, followed by knight e6, and also knight h5, knight f4. Kind of like Black's game there. So this was a good game. The other game was just good prep in the opening, getting a quick e5 pawn sack that works based on, you know, just running it through the engine a few times. So yeah, the London system pisses everyone off nowadays, but not mine apparently. Not mine. People are ready for it. Those were two very good setups. So yeah, if you guys are watching, honestly, those two setups right there, as long as you play King's Indian or fianchetto setups, even if you don't, when you see the London, you can intentionally play fianchetto setup because you can see how well it can work. The best ways to play against the London for sure are the ones where there's a pawn on d6 and not on d5. So yeah, honestly, from here, I'm missing knight e8 just crushes my position. This was all forced. Knight comes to d3 and c5, and I'm actually just killed here. So that knight e8 move completely killed me. Very, very comprehensive game, to be honest. So there you go. The Hambleton London system is not that dangerous, at least in blitz. I've been doing well over the board with it, but that guy killed me right there. So I have 5.5 points. Don't think we'll be finishing top of the table or anything, but we're still having a good event. Next game's going to be tough, but there's still lots of games to watch. So I will put one on the screen since, again, my game finished so fast. Both my losses have been very, very quick. All right, let's look at who's leading right now. Okay, this is one of the top games. Chandra here with white. This is just winning. Oh yeah, this is nice game by Akshat. Yeah, that's just winning for white. I shouldn't say that so quickly. I kind of thought it was, but okay, I think he's just going for king e5. Yeah. And h3. Yeah. King e5. Oh, king f5. Okay. Yeah, very nice. Nice technique. Very nice technique. That guy was Bilodeau. Was one of the leaders in the tournament. Yeah, so the round is wrapping up. Next is round 9. So only 2 more games. It's a 10-round event. But I think we've been getting strong players. In fact, both my losses were to to IMs, right? Who did I just play? Is he an IM? Yeah, Terry Renato, right? Yeah, I've been losing to IMs and I've been beating all the GMs. Actually, kind of a weird event for me, but it's so far so good. So far so good. Only a couple more games. Hopefully nobody's moving rooks around. First place right now is 7 points out of 8, which is a killer score. And both of the people who beat me are number 5 and number 6 right now, chasing the leaders with 6.5 points. So at least I'm losing to people who are doing very, very well in the tournament. That's one thing. I'm just trying to finish in good podium position. Right now I've been kicked down the table, 5.5 out of 8. Oh, let's see. Michael Kleinman. I didn't realize he was playing. Yes, okay, Kleinman's playing this tournament too, so I wasn't alone. Oh, bishop d4? Hang on, Michael. You're trapping your knight over there. Wait, why isn't he leaving his bishop on d4? Wait a minute. So, if I play king here, if I play king there, isn't that just losing? King here? This knight is simply trapped. That's losing, if I'm not mistaken. Because there would be an idea to move the knight here, so the bishop has to take, and then you take the last pawn. But my king covers both of them. And I'm just playing king b5 next. So actually, that's just dead loss for white there. That was very fortunate. That's, alright, gonna be a draw. I didn't realize he was playing. There we go. The chess bras are here in Title Tuesday in full force. But it's actually pretty scary for him there. I think bishop d4 was winning the game for black. All right, I think that was the last game, or no? There's one more game. What is this? About to finish. There it is. All right. So next round. Let's see who we get. Oh, we got National Master 2591. Uh-oh. This looks like a scary pairing. 2600 NM in Blitz? I mean, such a thing should be unheard of. Like, 2600 Blitz for a National Master? Very impressive. Jeff Reinberg, I never even heard of this guy. Maybe we're going to play against e4. We play the French. I think I'll go back to the French. Just mix it up a bit. Knight c3. Okay, it's just getting to the... Oh, I was going to say I thought he was just playing the win hour after d4 by going by a funny move order, but in fact not. Against knight c3, I think I'm supposed to play this and a quick e5. What should I do? Maybe knight f6, but I don't really want to play this setup. Okay, I'll do this. Knight c6. Thing is, if he plays there, I can also consider taking, and I think that's a very reasonable position. Yeah, I can consider taking this and making him put his bishop on e4. I think I'm going to do that. We can put the bishop there. Ah, he's taking it that way. Kind of surprised me. So I think I should play e5 here, although he plays knight f3. Yeah, maybe not, maybe not. Although he's going to play this, king there, and just kind of have a nice easy position to play. So if c3, I might actually play bishop a6. I have a feeling he's not going to play c3. He's going to make some other precise waiting, not waiting move, but I think if c3, bishop a6, and then I long castle and I control the d3 square, that feels good. So I'm going to try it at least. Bishop a6, try next long castling, and I like the fact that I'm on this d3 square. Well, it's got to be good to get the bishop in there. Let's do that. Now, do I open that? He's going to play e5, I guess. He's going to play e5. I thought that this was a good position for me, maybe not. Whoa, he knows what he's up to. That's for sure. Yeah, okay, I have to vacate the premises. Huh. Kind of frustrating there. He just repelled everything. I thought that was good, but it was just nothing. Okay, we're a bit down on time. You know, only 2 minutes. A bit better than usual. Drink some of this Red Bull. Get ready for this potentially, well, not potentially, likely painful endgame. Wow, he's not trading with me. He wants to beat me. Like, obviously he always does, but that's a real telltale right there. I'm gonna play this one. I think I need to just gain a bit more space, give my bishop some scope there. Don't want to allow a4. Might play a5 next. In fact, probably will play a5 next. Now he wants to trade, doesn't he? I'm gonna bring this knight here and this bishop here. I want to trade that light squared bishop because his pawns are all in dark squares now. Ooh, yeah, that's a good move that he just played. Fuck. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to execute the plan I just talked about. Yeah, I'm actually just losing that pawn, I think. I'm actually just losing that pawn, I think. I'm really happy he took that way, I think. No, maybe not. Maybe not. He gets my pawn down there, and I was gonna say I'm really happy with that, but should have put the knight there so I have that move. Knight h8 now. I don't really have a chance here. We'll keep playing. It's the only move I have. I'm just gonna take e5 next, but I don't win this game. I don't win this race. What on earth is that? Very weird move he just made. What the hell? I feel like he's converting this in an awful manner, but like if he takes that, I'll... What? How can this be the best way to convert? There's no way. have another move other than knight there. I mean, if he lets me get that, then I'm probably drawing. I don't think he's going to allow that. Yeah. I did this because I thought I could get it with check. Don't see a way out of this one. No, I'm not in time for anything. He converted that, I swear, in the worst way. Maybe that was like the best way, but that seemed a little weird. That was a super strange game, endgame by him. I can say for sure that in this situation, probably most people would take with the knight here, because if I move my king, there's knight d6, and otherwise this pawn is kind of hanging. So bishop takes, and yeah, it does force it just completely winning because these two pawns are in danger. Now here he doesn't play knight h8, very weird. Now he plays it and he plays back. I don't know what was so bad about taking. I thought that was actually good for him, kind of advance the pawn. But okay, he goes back. He lets me go here, and then here he trades knight for bishop. He plays bishop f8. I don't know. It just seemed odd to me. I thought I had like not good drawing chances. I know it's still losing, but at least I had chances here. Wait, it's 26-29 now. Ah, so that's like a provisional rating. Jeff Reinberg. That's a strong national master, I'll put it that way. Jeez. Jeez. Well, we got wrecked that game. I knew I didn't want to play these candidate masters and national masters who are scoring like 9 out of 9. Very, very dangerous guys. I don't want any part of them. But I got handled by Jeff. Got handled by Jeff there. That was a tough game. Looks like there's going to be one more round, and I think we are going to have white. We should have white. We got double white this tournament, actually, so maybe I will get double black. Because if I get 6 whites in a 10-round event, that would be favorable. Let's say that. Okay, one more game. Let's see if we can finish on a good note. It's been a good tournament so far, but Jeff Reinberg really took me to school in that position, that's for sure. Beating all the GMs, and of course the NM is the guy who can take me down. 5.5 out of 9. Definitely played some very strong players this event, so it's a good 5.5. But let's see if we can end the tournament on a good note. Win the last game, get 6.5. That'll be a good performance for me. Be happy with that. Alright, I think the last game is this one here. And it just ended. There we go. Alright. This is the last round. We're playing an old friend. Not a very good friend, but a friend of mine. Elshan Diabadi. Should we play d4? Let's play another e4 game. He's the husband of Sabina Foiser, the current U.S. women's chess champion. Let's play this move. See what he thinks about that. Alright. I wonder if it's going to be a Taimanov or a Khan. So I could play the Maroczy variation. I think I will. I think that I will. 97. Interesting. He's putting all the... He's tempting me. This is Bug House. I've been playing too much Bug House with Fabi. I need to drop a knight at f6 right now. That's what I need. I think he wants to go for some quick d5, right? That must be the purpose of this line. I really don't know it that well though. Or at all. I don't know it at all. What is this stuff? I don't really know the tricks in this system. I guess he's going for that. So bishop e2, castle, castle, d5 move. We'll see. Probably knight c6. Probably knight c6. If d5, I guess I'll take this way and then play c5. I think that's what I'll do. Or what if I just take all the ways and then play bishop f3 after? Isn't that considered a small advantage? Should be, I believe. I think so. Takes, takes, takes. Bishop f3. Should be a nice position, I think. Might not be like as good as I'm saying it is, but it's definitely reasonable. Yeah, I'll take. The bishop f3. Queen a5. I was going to play queen b3 here. I still think that is the right move. Oh jeez, alright. People are prepared. People are prepared. Alright, let's get the rook to d1. Just overprotecting that knight. And if he plays knight c5, I'll move my queen. So knight e5. I'm assuming that I still can't take that. Last turn it was because of this. But also, yeah, rook b8 looks like enough, right? Actually, rook b8, I have queen d5. Takes, takes, rook takes b2. Then maybe bishop back to b3. Trying to decide if that position is quite good or not. I can play bishop d5 here. That might just be an okay move. Bishop e2 as well. Ah, so many moves. So many moves. I'm gonna go back here. Play it safe. Bishop g4. Yeah, that's an annoying move to face. Don't want to play this move, guys. That's a concession. That is a concession. Yeah. Not a amazing position. We're gonna tuck our bishops back into the cave. Ooh, didn't even notice he had this move, but I have queen a3. Yeah, there they go, back in their hiding spots. Ah, now he has bishop f8. Yeah, I didn't even like pay attention really. Not good, guys, not good. I think we just lose this game. Queen takes a2 looks good enough. He doesn't really have any issues in his position. Oh, excuse me, knight g4. Okay, knight g4 is like a lights out move. He didn't play knight g4. Wow. Maybe b3 next. Knight g4 was a killer move. Gotta launch the h-pawn when we're dead lost. Just knight c6, yeah. It's actually pinned to my rook, so if he just plays there, I don't think I have a move. Yeah, I'm just gonna resign. Oh, never mind. I'll lose on time. Faster. Yeah, weird. Oh, I'm very slow when I'm thinking about the positions. So if I don't sort of solve my problems, then it doesn't end up very well for me. But yeah, all my games are like I'm basically down to like no time, and if the position is bad as well, then it's pretty lights out for me. But this game, I don't know. He had some prep here to play this d5. Yeah, so interesting. It looks good for white here. But 95, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should have done what I was saying, just taken his pawn. But I'm sure he would have some sort of prepared answer. Like, I don't think it's so easy I can just play this. And even still, he gets the pawn on b2. I think it's about equal. So, yeah. Bishop d5 here. I didn't like knight g4, which is why I played here. But then he played bishop g4, which is just a very strong move. So, yeah, that was a bad game. Bad game by me. Okay, I think, well, we tried out many openings this event. Played some e4, played some d4. Definitely learned from the losses, and okay, you guys definitely learned how to play against the London system, or how not to play the London system. And I thought we were doing really well. I had some good games against GMs, but lost to a national master. So if you guys are looking to take me out, you know who to send. You know who to send. Okay, we had some good games in the Taimanov. I was happy with those games. Otherwise, that was round 10. So that's it. I didn't finish that well. I started with like 4.5 out of 5, and then I was 5.5 out of 7, and I finished 5.5 out of 10. So actually 3 straight losses, I think, to end the tournament. Not too pretty. We had a good run at the beginning, but there you go, guys. 10 rounds, finished with 5.5, a little bit about 50%. I was really happy with that tournament overall, even though the 3 losses at the end are quite disturbing. But there you go. Title Tuesday, July. Hope you guys enjoyed commentary of the games, and we'll see you next time.